organization intend to do. Whatever it is, if it is operational excellence or clinical excellence. I think what is important is leadership excellence. Involving leadership, it has to be from top level. And to talk on the leadership excellence, I could not think of a better person than Dr. Suresh Lulla. He is my mentor. I've been working with him for a long time. Yes, he himself has been trained and worked with Juran and Nishikawa. Um, does a lot of program. I think his name itself speaks a volume about the work he has done in quality area. I now invite Dr. Suresh Lulla sir to talk about leadership excellence. You can unmute yourself.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, sir. You can share your web screen if you want to use a presentation.
Try again. Thank you, Dr. Santosh, Dr. Gyani, Dr. Kochar, and my friends, Dr. Sanjeev Singh and Dr. Lalu Joseph. These are the names I recognize on your panel. Dr. Gyani and I go back to 2 decades, and I've seen his passion when he was conceptualizing an image. He was like a bullet. There was just nothing else you could discuss with him. Commendable. Thank you, Dr. Gyani, for the contribution. Now, I come from a school of thought that is from Dr. Duran, the quality guru, who asked to demystify things. It's so easy to complicate things. But if you can't demystify it, you do it. So, coming to the basic concept of quality, who's the final inspector? Customer. Who pays your salary? Customer. Now, quality management consists of only 2 things: customer and process. There are processes that are clinical and non-clinical, and they've all got to perform as an orchestra with a leader of the orchestra delivering performance excellence. Now, what makes healthcare quality different? In the case of manufacturing, the customer receives an output of a process. The customer is blind to the process and just assesses you on the output. In the case of a service, the customer is part of the process all the way from admissions to discharge. And there are multiple moments of truth. In healthcare, human life is at stake. Human life is at stake. And so quality must have reliability built into the processes. We need to bring reliability into the design of our processes. On the dashboard of a leader for reliability have to be two measures: mean time between failures, MTBF, and mean time to restore, MTTR. The mean time between failures must grow. Then the leader is really delivering. And the MTTR must crash. Response time has to be very high. Now, in the service industry, more than manufacturing, people make quality. I can replicate your practices, your processes. I can't replicate your people make the difference. Now, if people make the difference, then what is it that the customer is looking for from the people? Are you trustworthy? Nowhere does a customer into an institution completely trusting the people delivering service. My life is at stake. So the purpose of a leader for excellence would be, how do you become there are two parts to being trustworthy. One is in terms of your character, and the second is in terms of your competencies. I will trust you when you have both competencies and character. In terms of competencies, there are some hard clinical ones you are taught in college, and that cannot be compromised. You have to learn the clinical practices. The softer part is where the hospital
breaking, sir.
Quality of audio.
can you hear?
It's better. Yeah, it's better.
No, sir. Quality of audio is very
Mic
Okay.
disturbance is there.
You've got to learn to give feedback. We know how to give correct feedback or negative, if I may use the word. But giving positive feedback is the highest form of recognition you can give a person. You've got to learn how to deal with resistance. Resistance. People resist change. Now, this towards team building. Nothing happens singularly, always a team. It's always a team that's working. I'll just spend 3 minutes on character. Integrity is the first. And how do you demonstrate integrity? By keeping your promises. If you made a promise, keep it, however small it may be. If you tell a patient, I'll call you back, please call back. Second is maturity. The maturity on how to define a problem. Depersonalize. We tend to talk of a problem and assign a blame or a solution straight away. Maturity in how to define a problem. You should have one module just on problem definition. And the third characteristic is an abundance mentality. When we work in a hospital, we should be talking of win-win. It isn't that I win, you lose. In the process, the patient loses. Cut out the blame. We both have to. So a win-win approach. So trustworthiness comes from character being defined by integrity, maturity, abundance mentality, and competencies, technical and soft. So those would be the characteristics of a good leader. My final comment is, you need the mind of a manager, but the soul of a leader. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I think hearing you is always a feast. You rightly summarize that healthcare is different than manufacturing industry by that the manufacturing industry we use machines, but in the healthcare it is all about the people. People make difference in the healthcare organization. For that, trustworthiness, competency, character, integrity, these are the four pillars which defines and influence the healthcare organizations. And all the CEOs has to focus on that. And it has to, I think, start right from induction of the staff, their staff, and while they are on duty, these attributes has to be inculcated. Thank you once again, sir. I know you're very busy, and despite your busy schedule, you took time and gave time to all our audience. And I'm sure that they will be inspired by your thoughts and be reading more and more about you and be implementing those thoughts in their organizations. Now I have Dr. Talat Halim, the Regional Director of Paras Hospital.